Hey guys, so Animorphs month, yeah, that was a complete failure. Yeah, I was finishing up senior year of high school, and thankfully I'm on my own from now. I'm going to Ithaca College, and thankfully I will be able to plan and manage my own schedule and not have my parents breathing down my neck about homework and other stuff. Not that it wasn't warranted, but now when I want to work on the video, I can work on the video. So, that's my hope at least. Basically, I'm actually at a crossroad right now, and I'm basically going to decide whether this channel is going to be a hobby or whether I'm really going to try and keep it going in college. Alright, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, so for today, we're going to be talking about, we're going to do a Let's Play of Animorphs Shattered Reality. As you see, you're seeing the opening scene, which, by the way, these look really good, and it's really nice to see some visual representation of Animorphs that's actually fairly good, in some areas at least. So, basically, why, for people who are not fans of Animorphs, I kind of just want to go over very briefly, and I'll discuss this later in one of my other videos, why I am so obsessed about Animorphs and why I keep posting stuff on it for people who are not fans of the books. And here's what you have to understand. It's probably one of the most misunderstood books, I think, book series, in the sense that people look back on it and see it as pulp when it was, released in a pulp format with, short, quick serial releases, whereas now young adult literature is known for being released in these, cinematic, every year or three big books like either Harry Potter, The Hunger Games, Twilight, etc. And Animorphs is really a very compelling book series, and it's very hard to get that impression when you see this, very child-centric media that was released around it, like the really bad TV show, which I'm not going to talk about because I've already made several almost hours worth of videos explaining how bad that series is. These video games, which quite frankly aren't very good, but I'm going to be playing one today. And really what the core of Animorphs is, it's basically a war story, essentially. It's a story about 5 kids, and basically their slow but gradual descent into madness or complete breakdown of their morale over a very very long period of time. And you sympathize with these characters because you've been with them every step of the way. So by the end of the series, where they're doing terrible or horrible things, you understand where they're coming from because you have watched their descent every step of the way. And that's basically all I want to say without really spoiling anything. Hold on a sec, I want to write over this. Yeah, write over game. Okay. I mean, I can give you the basic premise, but I don't feel like doing that. So, if you really just want to get a good idea of the book series, I'd either check out someone like Paparina's reviews. His earlier videos are a little dated. You'll know what I mean when you see them, but they're kind of a good way to sort of get introduced to what Animorphs is like. Or you could read number 1. The only problem is you kind of have to get 3 or 5 books in to really understand that this is a much deeper and more compelling series with much more deeper themes than you would think, with something that was released under Scholastics under the same line as Goosebumps, and with a very, I guess you can almost say, cheesy premise, kids turning into animals. But it's just one of those scenarios where there's a much deeper story, and Kay Applegate, the joint efforts of Catherine Applegate and her husband, they put so much work into this series and really put a lot of compelling ideas and moral conflicts. Alright, enough of me raving. Let's play this shitty game. So anyway, the reason I picked Shattered Reality is because I actually just ordered all 3 of the games. The Game Boy one is just utter crap. It's a rip-off of Pokemon, and there's no real combat system or any consistency. The other one is a PC game, which the whole thing, eventually I came to a part where I could not proceed because it was just too difficult. This is the one that I find just the most, I guess you could say, playable. I mean, the PC one, Know the Secret, is pretty playable. It's just kind of boring, and you have no real game. There's almost no real gameplay because everything is really, you're moving in a linear path, and there's not much you can actually do, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of it's like, okay, pick up this item. Good, you picked up this item. Okay, now pick up this other item. And you actually have no real free will or control of anything. It's like if The Legend of Zelda was nothing but like Link being directed to treasure chests to open, or walk over here and press this button, kind of. That's a bit of a over-exaggeration. But I didn't play long enough until I actually got stuck, because there's this one part that was just impossible where you're playing as, for some reason, Rachel morphed as a gorilla jumping on the school, and I just found that too difficult. But the reason I picked this one, it's a functional platformer. It's a pretty generic platformer, but it's functional, at least. It's playable. It's not a very good gravity system, but I think there was like a comment one person once said, a critic, I can't remember who, but he basically said, you don't really appreciate Mario platforming controls until you play a bad platformer, and I think this is an example where you really appreciate just that level of, what would you call it? Just mechanics that are put into a Mario game where every jump is done perfectly. You always know where Mario's going to land, and they just put a lot of time into that. Here, it's actually not terrible. It's not the worst jump system ever, but it's definitely not the best either. And it's a pretty just generic platformer in general. And the only other thing that kind of interests me about this game, well, there's two things that interest me. One is what it could have been, because all I know is from what I've... Oh, crap. Yes, I got it. No, fuck. Ah, shit. Anyway, what I was saying is all I really know about this game in terms of the backstory is what I watched from Paparina's video, which you can go look that up. But basically, this was going... Oh, shit, it's not there anymore. Fuck. Okay. This was actually going to be... I think they were going for a... Yeah, I don't remember. It was just, there was a much more ambitious game that they had planned, and then Columbine, I think, happened, which basically there was a huge backlash of video games being violent. I don't know if Jack Thompson was campaigning at that time, but you get the idea. Which, all of that, there was no foundation to any of that, but at the time, I think Catherine Applegate wanted to just stay away from violent video games, so they just went the route of making a generic platformer when they had like a much more ambitious idea that could have actually produced the only real good Animorphs game. There was a lot of great concept art and just some interesting things they had planned, but instead we got a generic platformer. And it's weird because this platform doesn't really make sense within the Animorphs. I don't even know what that is. I want to look up what that is. Maybe it'll be on Seropedia, that little, I don't know, what would you call it, a manta-like thing? But anyway, what I find just weird is it makes no real sense within the Animorphs universe, because essentially Visor 3 gets a crystal that alters reality itself, and that's such a vague statement, and they just go with how vague that statement is. Like, alters reality, okay, any environment can be anything, so we're in a facility. What facility? Is this a Yerk facility? I don't know. Fuck it. I don't care. Oh, I hate these parts right here. I've only played like the first 3 levels just to get a feel for the game, so eventually I'll have no idea what's coming next, but played this part and just, you can't judge distance. You're not given a good camera angle, so it's hard to judge distance. When the game's actually in 2D mode, it's pretty easy, but when it goes into this 2.5 thing, it's... Or, I guess you could argue this is just 3D. I don't remember. I haven't played video games really in a while. I mean, I still do play video games, but like, I used to really be seriously invested in video games. Now not so much. Now I just play it for if it has any relation to media I'm watching. I'll usually end up buying it. Which is the worst incentive to have when playing something. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there are worse. So what was I talking about? So, yeah, again, just the crystal thing is just like one big Deus Ex Machina just to do whatever. Deus Ex Machina is not the right term, but just one big plot convenience, plot device just to justify all the weird crap that happens in this game. Because for people who haven't watched Animorphs, or read Animorphs, I hope you read Animorphs, not watched it, but basically it's about 5 kids who get the ability to morph, change into animals from a dying alien, and he warns them of a secret alien invasion in which basically mind-controlling parasites are taking over the population, and that they basically have to wage guerrilla warfare in order to slow down the invasion by the Yerks, which are the name of the parasites, before the Andalites, which is the race of centaur-like creatures, and the same race of the alien who gave them the morphing technology, will someday come and liberate Earth from the Yerks. And that's their hope, just to slow down the invasion until the Andalites can come and save them. And the whole series is basically focused on the idea that this is a secret invasion, and the only thing that's keeping the Animorphs alive is the fact that the Yeerks are under the delusion that they are Andalites themselves, Andalites being the race that has the morphing technology, and so they're thus not looking for them at their homes, or trying to figure out who their human identities are. And this, it's just, they're out in the open. I'm playing as Jake in his human form, just running around, killing stuff, morphing right in front of aliens. In fact, I actually want to look up what are some of these creatures. I know some of them are supposed to be the Hork-Bajir, but this insectoid-looking thing, I want to look that up. I can't remember if that's actually based on anything. What's this blue beetle thing? I don't... Fuck, it's actually killing me. Oh, by the way, combat's shit in this game. I'm really just... You literally just press X, that's it. I'm just pressing X to attack, and that's it. Let's see. The music is good in this game, though. And actually, this is the one game that I think actually does take place in the TV universe. Like, the No the Secret game clearly takes place in its own universe, because, like, the character models don't exactly... They don't really look like they look like a merge between the TV show models and what the characters are actually described to look like, as well as the book covers. It's like a weird mix. They're clearly based off the TV show actors. Like, I'm clearly I can't talk today. I'm clearly playing as a depiction of Sean Ashmore. You may know him as Iceman now, like he plays Iceman in all the X-Men movies. He's a good actor. Yeah. And so I wonder, like, Season 2 has a really crappy finale, or at least I liked half the finale. If you want to watch my, like, top 26 TV episodes, or top 26 least bad episodes, I go into that, but it's a pretty crappy finale if you really think about it. I mean, it's a crappy show, but there's literally no real closure on any of this. We're given no real indication of whether these kids are gonna win or not. Except they don't even really seem to give a shit. Like, the Yeerk invasion is just like this minor inconvenience in their life. It doesn't even seem to be this dire, all-encompassing thing that they're terrified of and having nightmares of, like they are in the books. It's just like something they do in their life is just fight aliens. But I almost wonder, could you think of this as like the big climactic conclusion to the TV series? I guess you could. I'd like to think so, at least. Or why do I care? It's a shitty TV series and a shitty adaptation of the books. And then the Game Boy one, I honestly don't give a crap. Because it's such a shitty game, I didn't even bother to, like, look up anything about it. And it's funny because they actually put a lot of lore into the game. Like, you can actually visit a lot of the famous locations in the book series. Like, you can visit Axe's Scoop, or you can visit, or you can find some of the more obscure races, like Taxons aren't obscure, but in other media they're obscure. Like, you can actually find Taxons, which were not in the TV series, but a very crucial alien in the books. Oh, fuck, I hate this part so much. I've actually gotten game overs at it. Okay, here we go. Fuck! You can't judge distance at all. That's why it's so frustrating. And I'm using a control pad to control Jake. So he's so hard to control. I'm also using a PS2 remote, so I can't actually switch to the joystick. I think you could if I was playing this on the PS1. I might be wrong on that, but I think I'm correct. I just play on the PS2 because the screen looks a little better. It actually looks a little... Ah, here we go. Here's a Hork-Bajir, something familiar. I love the Animorphs lore, though. Just, I think it's because we spend so much time on Earth, but there's clearly so much more going on, and they know... Alright, I think there's a defensive move that I should be using. Here. There's, like, one... Oh, there we go. I can lock onto him so I can, like, attack at the right moment. Because we're always getting the perspective, for the most part, of the kids, and so whenever we do get, like, indications of what else is going on in the universe or what else is out there, it's always fascinating, and it knows how to balance it just right. It knows its focus is on our 5 characters, yet we do get a little indication of other things that are going on outside. The Chronicles books are a good example, which are basically just prequel books, and they're like these big, massive sci-fi epics that are describing what's going on in the universe at large. The details of the Andalite and Yeerk War, and how it began, etc., etc. Alright, let's see. So, what I also don't understand is, Visor 3 gets the crystal, and it's described as this... It looks like it's a disaster, like Visor 3 doesn't have control of it, but then, like, based on that intro, but then, like, a few seconds later, it's almost acted as if Visor 3 is creating all this, like he's altered reality. And I don't really get it. I don't think the creators gave a shit. But, let's see. Again, good music, though. I actually can't hear anything right now. There's no audio on my end, but I played this before, so I know the soundtrack. I've downloaded the soundtrack, too, and I've used it in my videos because it's a good soundtrack. Oh, shit. I didn't look at my health bar. By the way, you also have no control over morphing. You just, when enemies appear, you just turn into the tiger. What I was going to say earlier is that the Game Boy game also had Lyrans, which that's actually a bit of an obscure race. Not the most obscure in the Animorphs universe, but like something the TV show didn't have. Which they're like these race of frog-like aliens with like 4 tentacles, and they're telepaths and they're awesome. Oh, I'm still a good tiger. Alright. Or not. Okay.
No sweat.
Get the this is what I'm talking about. Like, you're supposed to jump right where those 2 platforms line up, so that if I jump, I would just go in a straight line to the other one. But the problem is, you can't really judge depth, so you don't really know exactly when you've reached the other one. I mean, it's not the worst lack of depth perception. Oh, fuck me. It's not the worst lack of depth perception you'll ever find in a game, but it's still not very good. Also, why am I collecting Animorphs coins? Shattered reality, fuck everything. There, I think that's like the perfect way to just make any licensed game where you don't give a shit about the franchise. It's like, and then they found the crystal, and they shattered reality. Fuck it, I don't care. Alright. Not talking right now because I'm actually needing to concentrate. Do. And combat, I think. Yep, here we go. Alright, what are we finding this time? Alright, Hort Bajir. It's got the targeting system from Zelda. Again, there's not even a defensive move. At least I don't think there is. Let me see. Nope, no defensive move. And your enemies have defensive moves, though. So that's the stupid part of it. Alright, there we go. This game's not subtle at all about its combat zones or any of that. There's just an invisible wall that's preventing me from going.
This will take some
Rotating vortex. Alright, wait, if I keep running, it looks like I'll keep avoiding everything. Yes. Oh, shit! Here we go. Oh, fuck. So here's what's weird. I'm like fixed in the center, and no matter how this thing rotates, I always am moving in a straight line. So like, oh, Jesus Christ, this thing behaves weirdly. If you ever played Super Mario Galaxy, like that makes sense. Like you're fixed to whatever surface you're on, but with this, it's like I'm running on a flat platform, and just none of the movement of the wheel actually does anything. Wait, okay, wait, what? I guess I got a crystal piece. Hooray. Okay, the entrance to the sea. I don't know. It doesn't explain what's going on. Alright, I guess I'll do a different character. There's literally no difference, really. Alright, I'm gonna do Marco. Again, you can clearly see this is the TV show they're getting the character models from. Alright, so... Alright, I remember the music here, and it's like completely... Oh, fuck me, what are those? Are those eels? Like actual eels? Human eels, not aliens? Now, I can't hear the music right now, but I remember the music was like something really just outlandish and stupid. Like very sappy or something. And it's just... Vortex. Oh, God. So yeah, it doesn't even really matter which character you select. You're still... I mean, do they have voiceovers? I don't remember, and I can't hear anything right now. Just giant clams. Shattered reality. Fuck everything. Oh God. It's like I'm playing a shitty level from Super Mario 64, like a shitty version of Cape Cod. Fuck, I don't remember what it's called. I haven't played video games in a while. Shit. All right, here we go. Collecting all the Animorphs coins. So here we go, okay. What are these cone things? And here, just a distant... I love this, just like a distant... Fuck. Alright, there's a way to slow down. How do I slow down? What? I can swim backwards? Just by placing the circle, I can just like swim back. What the fuck is this? Oh, this makes no sense. Alright. I love how there's just a disembodied, rotate, what's it called? A rudder? I don't even know. Fuck it. Yeah, look at those fish. I feel like I should know what that's called, but I don't. Fuck it, it's summer. I don't care. Wait, health, I need that. Here, I mean, you can swim backwards and get it. Oh wait, I can also speed up. Gotta go fast. I apologize for that. Ow, fuck. Is there something back there? Does anyone get it? There we go, yeah. Ow, fuck. Shattered reality itself. Alright, so now to get into the topic. I figure for each one of these videos I'm going to just do a general like topic for just Animorphs fans. For this week, I'm just going to talk about... There, I got the crystal. I want to just talk about fan theories, or not fan theories, but not just fan theories, but also just things that were never left unanswered and how fans have been speculating as to what they mean or what the explanation is. Is that the Space Needle in the corner? Oh, shit. Just knocked the microphone. So, first thing I wanted... Alright, I guess I'll go Marco, because I didn't actually even really play as Marco. I just did him in Dolphin Morph. So, for the first one, this is a fan theory that's not even really a theory, because it's basically... Oh, and this music. Jesus, this music. It's like I'm playing Banjo... I mean, no. Either... Oh, well, I was gonna say Crash Bandicoot, but I guess Banjo-Kazooie. Like, they just didn't give a shit. It's like, just do a generic platformer. Here, how are we gonna do a generic platformer and justify it within this universe? Fuck, Crystal shatters reality. So now anything's possible. Now we have trees with kyber crystals that are shooting yellow light. That's what the thing that powers lightsabers, so I'm trying to think what the Star Wars gorilla is. Also, in none of these games does Marco turn into a gorilla. Why? I don't... Fuck. I mean, they all have rhinomorphs, but still enough. Well, except Rachel, she has an elephant morph, which is her bulletproof morph, if you will. Or her form that is especially can resist bullets. They all have their typical Battlemorph, and then they also have like their bulletproof Battlemorph, where they have to either attack a facility that where everyone's using submachine gun or machine guns. Again, because anyone can be a controller, so they very quickly... Oh my god, look at this rhino move. It's like, it's practically just floating on the ground. Oh god. Alright, so, yeah, what was it talking about? I forget, Pemalite crystals, yeah. I guess that would be the Animorphs, like, joke I can make about what they are.
No time for a
Park bench. Just park bench. I guess we're in a forest. But wait, my favorite addition to this level is coming up. Hold on. Yes, here it is. Fucking arrow. Wooden sign arrow. Like, straight from another platformer. Like, they did not give a shit. God, my hand's hurting. It's really annoying to play a three-dimensional game with a control pad. The PS1 control pad, no less, which has really... could have really been designed better. Alright, it's not letting me past here, so I guess I'm only supposed to jump on the park bench. And the music here, I remember it's this, like, really jazzy song. And here we go, just vines holding up wooden platforms. Like, here, wooden levers controlling, like, treehouse Ewok crap. Oh, wait, here we go. Alright. Here we go, okay. 0 fucks were given.
Whoa, falling rocks.
Alright. Got the morphing cubes. There's just more dispendable morphing cubes. And here we go, just wooden bridge.
Out of time for this.
So I mean, like, is this Visor 3's like world he designed, or is this just reality shattering? Like, is Visor 3 like, is this what Visor 3 wanted? Is this like when they all touch the time matrix and they create like that alternate universe that's just a culmination of Alfangor and Visor 3's and or S-Blend 9466, I forget his number, and Lauren's desire. For anyone who got that reference, my hat's off to you. Which just basically means you're an Animorphs. What's going on? Okay, so, sorry, I completely forgot what I was talking about. So, what is this thing? Oh, I remember there was concept art of this thing, like, back before they decided to just give up and just do a platformer. I'd actually want to figure out, like, if they tied it to any Animorph race, or if they actually have any explanation of what it is. I only care because it's Animorphs. If this were any other series, I would not give less of a shit.
Somebody your own side.
Anyway, what were we talking about? So, Tobias, what I was basically... there was a fan theory that had been going around for a while, which is not even really a fan theory anymore because the books basically confirm it later on, is that Tobias did not get trapped as a hawk. He willingly chose to be trapped as a hawk. And there's a lot of evidence to support that, that basically, for anyone who's not a fan of Animorphs, why are you watching this? But basically, the idea is that Tobias willingly chose to escape his life, and he claims that, oh, the facilities of the Earth Pool had closed and I couldn't demorph into human form because then they would spot me. But fucking giant beaver dam, what the fuck? Alright. With rolling locks. Oh dear god, okay. So basically the idea is that Tobias wanted to escape his life. He had a really shitty aunt and uncle who were open about the fact that they did not care for him and were merely obligated to look after him because he was orphaned, and that he wanted to escape his life and quickly realized in book 3 that that was a huge mistake and tried to commit suicide. And again, it's a dark series. Yeah, it's basically confirmed, and in a deleted passage from one of the books, they... Oh, wait. If I'm correct, these are actually Gets. Like, they actually list them in the enemy... No, wait, no, are they Howlers? No, these are Howlers. who are wearing cargo shorts for some reason. Yeah. So, again, I guess they just looked at number 26 and picked out the Howlers, even though they have really it makes no sense for them to be here. So there you go. Howlers now exist in the TV universe.
Somebody your own size.
I mean, the Chi existed in the TV universe, so I guess it's not too out of place.
What's up here?
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Alright. And take the thing and I ascend. Again, I know, like, for people who haven't played, who haven't read Animorphs, like, you can't understand what a, like, tonal whiplash this is. Like, imagine if you were playing a Hunger Games video game and you had a level where you're just, like, swinging through vines on, like, a Super Mario 64, like, setting. It's just fucking bizarre. And such a weird tonal whiplash. So I hate this. I have to pull the lever and then jump onto the platform. Shit, shit, shit. Oh, wow, that was lucky. If I'm correct, all their lines, all the characters' lines are the same lines. They're just, they're the same lines, but they're simply given by different characters. Yes, all the characters have the same lines. That's what I meant to say. I don't know why it was so hard for me to say it. So it doesn't matter which character you select. Fuck! Shit! Alright. Shit! They give you no time to jump. Alright.
Enough already.
Fuck me! I keep hesitating, that's the problem. Alright, I'm doing this one more time, and then I'm gonna see if there's just a different path I can take. You know what, I think this isn't even required for the level, I think this is a bonus thing. Oh shit! Yeah, there we go. Got it. Oh, fuck. Shit! Shit! Fuck. Oh, not back here. Not fucking back here. Oh, fuck. Again! I jumped, but it, like, just failed on me. The button didn't go through. Alright, 4 lives left. I gotta be careful. There we go. There we go. Jumping ahead. Advance. There we go. There we go. Alright, so what's my next theory? I don't have time to look down at my notebook, so I'm just gonna try and beat this. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on! Yeah, alright. Time to look down. So how is the time matrix created? So this is more like one of my speculations, and I'm taking a guess as to where the time matrix may have actually come. Alright, it says go up, but... No, how do I... Come on, let's go! You're kidding me, come on! Ah! Why isn't this working? Am I not supposed to be here at this point? Come on. Fuck life. What? What?
I'm getting nowhere fast.
Alright, I guess I'm not supposed to go there. Fuck life. Alright. Shit, 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 shit. Okay. Okay, go. That's it? There was the direction I was supposed to go. Then why aren't you... What is this? I'll tell you what this is. Fuck me in the ass with a lead pipe. Sorry, what'd you say? Alright. So, fuck me, fuck. So one of the explanations, here's an explanation. I can't... Ah! Alright, I can't talk and play at the same time. I'm just gonna have to get through this part. Jump. Go. Alright, jump again. Here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. And what the fuck's going on? Come on. Come on! Go! What is this? Alright, game over. I guess that's it. I love how you died just by going in this direction. Oh, dear lord. You know what? Wait. I can still control this thing? Am I controlling what's going on up there? Did I need to pull that switch all the time? Is that actually going to change what happens? I can hope. Alright, let's see. So basically, back in the Andalite Chronicles, but big spoilers by the way, Alfangor, Alfangor. There we go, okay. The Ellimist breaks his conscious up into several different crystal units, which he uses to combat Krayak. And what ends up happening is he gets thrown into a black hole. Now, my theory is that,
A guy could get lost up here.
When one of his consciousness, not even, I think it's his body that goes through, or no, I think he says his body is ultimately destroyed, but one of his crystal consciousness, because he split up his conscious into several different units, goes through the black hole, goes through the event horizon, and then when he merges with the fabric of the universe, and then becomes a god, basically. So my theory is that the time matrix was created when another part of his consciousness went into the black hole and became its own device that merged with the fabric of the universe. Now, what I speculate is that became the time matrix, and it cannot be destroyed the same way the Ellimist and the Krayak really cannot be destroyed. They can't destroy each other. They speculated that if they fought within, the infinite that they both now coexist in, they would not only destroy each other, but destroy the universe itself. And that's why they play the chess game, basically. And what I speculate is that I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Oh, there. Okay. Shit. I speculate that since they can't destroy the time matrix, they both have to figure out what they're gonna do. Fuck my life. They both have to get rid of it. So they put it into the universe, and something that Paparina theorized, and I kind of think is a good theory, is that he gave it to the Chi because he created the Chi, and since he created the Chi, he would entrust them with it. So he gives them the time. Wait, I'm supposed to be here. Okay, wait. I'm supposed to be here. Okay. He gives it to the Chi, and since the Chi helped build the pyramids of Egypt, and that's where it was found all those years later, when in the Andalite Chronicles, when the Skirt Na dig it up. I did not explain that well. So basically, when we see the time matrix in the Ellimist Chronicles, the Andalite Chronicles, sorry, they're being used by it's found under one of the pyramids in Egypt by the Skirt Na. Now, Eric, one of the Chi, also explains that he helped build the pyramids of Egypt. So, since the Ellimist created the Chi, it's very likely that he gave them the time matrix and entrusted them never to use them because there was literally no evil in their soul. That's not a literal statement, but basically they were incapable of violence, and they were probably incapable of disobeying someone like the Ellimist. So yeah, I think that's a very possible theory. It's a very good theory. Yeah. What else was I going to talk about? I need to look down, but right now I'm very preoccupied with not dying, so I'm going to keep doing that. we go, here we go. Come on. I only have 1 life left, and I'm not doing this all over again. Shit, shit. I'm going to go kill a few people in the meantime. Oh, and yeah, here's the death animation. For some reason, they put all the Animorph logos on their shirts, and that's not even something that was in the TV show. Like, it's stupid. It's something the TV show might have done, because that was a shitty-ass show, but... whatever. I gripe over the smallest of things. Again, secret and... the whole point is they're trying to blend in. They wouldn't do that. So really the only difference between each of the characters is that they, you know, the voice actors are different, and that the morphs are different, but the morphs are really not that different, because you basically just lock on and attack, and that's it. You don't even have, like, a defensive position. Oh, fuck, I'm not gonna win this fight, because I have a lower health. Yep, there we go. Oh, fuck, these things take forever. I don't want to wait through them. Fuck, fuck. Alright, I'm actually gonna die soon. So here, oh, fuck, I'm not gonna beat the Hork-Bajir again. Shit.
Here comes the walking razor blade.
So, yeah, here we go. Here we go. Come on, this vaulting. Okay. Oh, shit. I was so close, too. And there's health right over there. Alright. What was the next topic I was going to talk about? So, here's one of the... What the fuck are you doing, Marco? Okay, here's one of the big things that people have speculated on, and quite frankly, I think it's something KA forgot about, is who was speaking at the end of number 45. It was something like, we now know who you are, and I'll flash the actual text on screen, but it was a very, and I think it appeared later on in one of the books after number 45, and 45 is a significant book in the series, because after 45, that's when basically the reoccurring elements of Animorphs begin to fade away. Like, for example, Marco's revealed to be human, and he has to fake his own death and go into hiding. And that becomes a new constant for the series, is that his family's evacuated to the Hork-Bajir secret valley, which for people who are not Animorphs fans, I'm not going to bother explaining all this, sorry. I don't think you really want to either. Go check out the books, they're great. But, and then you just get these weird disembodied texts at the end of each part of the series, and people have speculated for so long what that is. People have wondered, was that what created the simulation that Jake
Time for lunch.
goes through in number, I want to say 41? Yeah, number 41, the Familiar, where basically he goes to an alternate reality where basically the Yeerks have been ruling Earth for several years, the Andalites have lost the war, and Earth is now this, he goes through like a dystopian New York City that's now under a communist sort of government led by the Yeerks. And it's a fascinating book. I really like it. And Jake and the surviving Animorphs have just become freedom fighters, but like they're even more like morally corrupted than they were in the book series, and they got pretty terrible towards the end of the series. But here they're just vicious sociopaths who don't even really want to free anyone anymore. Now they just literally want to destroy the Earth and spite the Yeerks by making them lose one of their major planets that they've infested. I love it. It's a really dark one. But there's just a moment at the end where where you just hear this, like, right after the simulation, because it's revealed to all be a simulation, goes away, you just hear something like, humans are interesting, like after Jake makes a decision and we never know what he actually decides. it was either like help Cassie or continue the mission, and he fires a Dracon beam, but we don't know whether it was to assist Cassie or to finish the mission. And it's in it, we never know which one he chose. And what I loved was there's this, you just hear them say humans were interesting, and we never know who they are, and we still don't know. It's never revealed at the end. And then we just see these weird, like, the books end after 45 sometimes with this, like bold font in, like, I think a slight slant. And again, we never know who they are. They just make these, like, vague statements like, we now know who you are. How will this all unfold, or something like that. I'll flash the actual text. Oh, water hurts you. Don't you love that cliche? It's fucking beaver dam. Damn! I apologize for that. I think the line, like, they say around this time is like, those are some eager beavers, or like something shitty like that. Oh, fuck the vlogs. Alright, so, let's see. Ow. So again, like, a lot of people have speculated who was creating the dream, who was, here we go with the Howlers again. Who's speaking at the end of each of those books, and most importantly, who are the one, what is the one, and are these things all connected? So first off, let's go over one of the theories, and this is another one Paparina brought up, and I feel like I'm not imaginative at all because I'm just, like, going off a lot of what he says. But he's really just, I find, like, just the best hub of the Animorphs community because he does extensive research, so he pulls a lot of the different parts of the fandom together, and he does actually analyze each book in great depth and all the media in great depth, and does a lot of research, provides a lot of great anecdotes of what was going on at the time, so you can't help but quote him a lot. But basically, he theorized that it's the alien race that I will flash at the bottom of the screen. I think it's like the Ord or something, or I forget what exactly they're called. Is it the Ood? No, that's Doctor Who. That's the squid monsters from Doctor Who. Orf. I think it's the Orf. I think that's the right one. Anyway, it'll be on the bottom of the screen. But basically, the Orf, which are these three-legged creatures with, like, transparent skin, and you can see their vital organs. And they're actually, I think there's a vicious scene where, like, one of the characters, like, literally just goes into their chest and, like, rips their heart out. I could be imagining that, but I think that does happen at one point. Fuck. Yes. Okay. But, yeah, so he theorized that it was the Orf who had actually created this simulation, because the Orf are a race we have never seen up until this point, and we never see again, and they're a race that appears to have been controlled by the Yeerks. And what he speculated is, since everything we see in this simulation is something from Jake's memory, whether it be a former friend become a villain, or races he's seen that he knows of that have been taken over by Yeerks, but literally nothing in this dream is anything he doesn't know, and the only thing he doesn't know are the Orf. So he theorized that it's this new race, the Orf, who are making the simulations, which is kind of anticlimactic because we don't really know much about them. And I'm going to pause it because I have to take care of something. Okay, I'm back. So here we go. So basically, that was his theory, and that doesn't explain who the text is at the end of the book series. And what a lot of people speculate is that it's the One. But the problem with that theory is that KA insists that the One, when it does appear in book 54, has never appeared before. And just to give a summary of what the One is this Lovecraftian like monster that appears at 54, and it basically is simulated acts, and the last bastion of Yeerks led by used to be led by Tom's Yeerk. I'm just going to call it Innis 335, which is what the TV show calls it, which I explain why that's stupid, but whatever. So this group, Bastion of Yeerks, was the one that Tom led, and Tom ultimately died at the end of 54, but basically he was basically the one that set up this little coup d'etat that stole the Blade ship and ran off into space. And basically they now worship the One as a god, and it's never fully explained what the One is. In fact, it's basically just set up for a potential continuation of the book series that never actually happened because Scholastics was done with Animorphs. They thought its popularity had died out, which I'm actually kind of glad, because I really don't want a post-54 book. Like, I want Animorphs to end with with its focus on Jake, Rachel, Cassie, and Tobias, and Axe, where basically it's a story about the slow dehumanization from war. So by giving a continuation, I feel like we lose that. We've lost the central theme, so there's no real way to continue. I mean, I don't kid myself. I guess that really at the end I would love any continuation of Animorphs, or just any more media, any more books, etc. But the point I make is that I think it ended at a good point. The ending itself may not have been perfect, but I think it ended at a good point. But what I was basically getting at is that I think that lost my train of thought. So they now worship the One, and the One assimilates Axe, and it's this new power, and there's also the Kelbrid, and the reason the Andalites have never investigated this and cannot investigate this is because Kelbrid space is off limits. It's off limits for the Andalites, and oh shit. This is confusing and it's annoying me. Kelbrid space is off limits for the Andalites. And because there's supposedly a race there known as the Kelbrid, who are a great military power, and the Andalites just do not want to get involved. And a lot of people theorized, is the One the Kelbrid? Is it that actually there is no Kelbrid race? In fact, actually, the One is the Kelbrid. And what I always speculated, and I think this is the case, is I think that shit. I think the One is a mad scientist creation from the Kelbrid that ends up assimilating all the Kelbrid and wiping them out. That's my theory, at least. A lot of people speculate that there's also a great power that the Krayak was driven out of its galaxy by, and people have long speculated what that is, and people again said, is that the One? And the affirmation that KA keeps making is that we have never seen the One before. So that basically removes any fan theories about whether the One is responsible for Jake's dream. I should wait for that platform to appear, or if the One is responsible for the disembodied text at the end of the book. And you would think, based how that was, I had always thought the One was the one who had saying that, because I knew of the One because I read ahead a little bit with the Seropedia articles. But as soon as oh shit, alien that appears at book 54, I'm gonna not listen to that. But I knew of the One, so I knew it was gonna be something that appeared in the last book, and I had thought the One was gonna play a big part, but it just turns out it's just some thing that appears at the last minute as a way to continue the series. Fuck. I thought it would be a third-party race in the Earth-Yurka war that would be involved in the plot, but nope. There's no purpose. What's a fuck? Alright, so what was I getting with this? I kind of lost my train of thought, but basically I'm tying together all these omnipotent powers that we never quite learn about. So we still never know what drove the Krayak out of its galaxy. My speculation... Fuck. Oh, shit. My speculation to this day is I think that the Krayak was probably driven out of its galaxy by a force that wasn't almighty, because before the elements in the Krayak merged with the universe, they were simply these large brainiac ships with a lot of power that were worshipped like gods, but were still had technology that was at least understandable. They had not fused with the universe, or they did not yet have godlike powers. They just had very powerful networks of ships, or one ship. It's kind of similar to Brainiac. I've said that several times, but it's true. And I think that what happened was they were probably Crack was probably driven out by something that was at least understandable, like at least a large ship or maybe an entire species with superior technology. So I think that's explainable. I think, you know, there's a Animorphs alternate wiki which basically gives its own like explanation to everything. You know, it explains what the Kelbrid are, or it gives a fan fiction about what happens after Book 54, and they created a race called the All. I can't remember. Yes, the All, which is it's a power that's more powerful than both the Crack and Ellimist, and I think the Ellimist alludes to something like this in the books, where he basically says something along the lines of, who knows, maybe I'm a pawn in someone else's game on a much grander scale. So that's like the only indication of maybe there's a power higher than the Ellimist. Some may even say maybe he's alluding to God, but I think based on... I am so fucking sick of this level. Alright. I think based on the analogy we get from the Krayak about how, spoilers, big spoilers, Rachel dies, that death is death, there is no God and there is no heaven, based on the Ellimist perspective of the universe. So yeah, what is this great what are these great forces? My theory, I think the Ord, I'm going to change my character for no reason, playing as Cassie now. I think the Orf were probably the ones who made Jake's dream. I think that's a very good theory.
Hello,
I think the species that's speaking at the end of the series, it would make a lot of sense if that was somehow the one, but it doesn't seem to be. Like, that just doesn't seem to match up with what Kay's claimed the one is a completely new creature we've never seen before. So, perhaps what I would think is maybe that could be the one, that could be the Orf again. Just they appear to like be able to calculate how the universe is going to play out, and they may have been watching the human-Yeerk war and been speculating on how it's going to turn out. Perhaps it's even the Ellimist and Krayak speaking, and because I don't remember if this ever was stated in the books, but I always got the impression that the human-Yeerk, or the Yeerk-Andalite war, or the Yeerk Empire is a turning point for how the galaxy and the rest of the universe is going to play out. Like, I always got the impression that, based on the book, based on, I can't remember what I was going to say. Shit. That basically, if the Yeerk Empire were to increase, that would further the Ellimists, that would further the Krayak's goal of just sowing chaos, and would detriment Alfangor's the Ellimist's goal of creating a universal peace, which is what would cause the Krayak to lose the game. I would wonder what would happen after the Krayak lost the game. Would Ellimist then like use his godlike powers to like make the universe in his own image, or make it perfect? That'd be interesting. And the Ellimist may even be a villain, because he may like create a world without conflict. That would kind of be stupid. It's kind of been done several times, and kind of seems out of character for the Ellimist, because he probably would have foreseen that. Probably may have even just deleted himself from the universe. Anyway, well, I guess it's kind of cool that we never just get a conclusion to the Ellimist and the Krayak. They may just be forces that are at play at the universe forever. Shit. Alright. It's funny that the Ellimist actually does exist in the Animorphs universe, and in the TV show universe, and it's funny because he exists in the intro. He says from the dawn of time. So it makes you wonder how much of the Ellimist Chronicles actually plays into the TV show. It may not at all.
piece of cake.
So one thing that I hear people speculate is that the Five are the ones who are responsible for either the text at the end of those books, or they're responsible for they're the ones responsible for the I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm gonna end this video pretty soon anyway.
Uh-oh, loggers.
I would say there are some people, and just to give you an idea, the Five, what the Five are as a race is the Five are the race that wiped out the race that's appearing at the bottom of the screen right now that I can't remember. And they are only their only appearance is in number 25 book title I can't remember, and they're basically a race. The Five committed genocide again, or not genocide because it wasn't intentional, but they basically melted down all of race that is appearing at the bottom of the screen to power their computers. And to do this, they again would melt down this race, which is pretty savage, and obviously they died, and fuck, like me just now. Oh, fucking hell, this level is so hard. Alright, and I don't know why people, like, I think I saw it in Seropedia, like, that it's like, maybe the Five is responsible for this, and I don't know why they keep saying the Five. It just seems like such a random race to reference. Maybe it's because their computers are so great that they could actually create simulations, which I guess there's some validity to that, because they do seem to really pride themselves in their computers. I mean, they're willing to wipe out an entire race just to power them. And although the only theory against that, I would say, is that it's implied based on the book that the Andalites may have committed genocide. Like, I think it's made clear enough in the book that they did do it, but Axe will never actually bring himself to say it. But he like makes a statement like, the Andalites encountered them, and we never found them ever again, or something like that.